line, we'll move straight to the newspaper review. And in the studio to do this with us is Chris Maduka. Chris, good morning once more.
Good morning. Good morning, Josh. Good morning, Chigi.
People would have told me that you were coming with blue.
No, it started from yesterday when I had to compliment him.
Ah,
and the spirit is one.
Yes. Good for blue.
To do blue this morning.
I am happily married.
What does that have to do with anything?
And I want to.
I don't know where this
I want to step into. No.
You know all these kids that they do when a guy is approaching. Excuse me. No, I have a boyfriend. No, I have a husband. And the guy will be like, "You dropped your phone."
So we're just saying that your blue is fine.
That's all.
Is that all?
That's all.
Okay. Sorry, but it's also good to show I am married. And I wonder whenever I'm talking, I'll be flipping my hand for you to see my ring.
That you're married.
That's true. Very good.
So it's not in doubt.
Okay. So
But thank God for another day.
It's a new day.
A wonderful day.
It's a new day.
And glory be to God for life.
Amen.
We're still in Nigeria, despite all the odds.
yes.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go to all the ones that made below the mast. I want to talk about something because it has been trending for a while now, the crisis in Zamfara and all of that. Now, federal governments to collaborate with Zamfara to harness mineral wealth. Now, there are some body of thought or some school of thought now that believe that the reason why Zamfara is the second Meduguri now is because of those mineral wealth that they have. What's your take on this? And why is federal government at this point now wanting to collaborate with Zamfara? Why not do it since?
One of those lies we told ourselves for too long, for over 64 years. And let me tell you what we have had in certain circles. It might not be like a general consensus, but there are some little things you hear in Nigeria that you begin to consider because things are not moving well. After a very long time, you try this, it doesn't work, try this, it works. You say, probably this is true. Oil was found in Nigeria, to be specifically in Afan, at the backyard, south as it is now. It used to be southeast Nigeria, but now in south. In 1958. Since then, all Nigerians and their efforts has been laid on harnessing the oil from that area. But the history shows that we have 35 other mineral resources, the industrial and commercial quantity under the soil of Nigeria. 24 of them are up north. In commercial, and some of them are the most sought after, highly expensive. So because we told ourselves lies, if you did not blow your trumpet, somebody blows for you. If you don't lick your lips, Harmattan will come. And that's what happened. The bad ones noticed that Nigerian government, probably because we are telling ourselves lies as a nation, felt like it's only the oil in South that should be explored and explored until it runs dry. Then we'll now go back and look for somewhere else. And then at that point, dispose power. I've heard in Nigeria when they say even Nigeria, when people are saying resource control, resource allocation, everybody will be, if you talk about resource control, let people control resources in the area, they will close their mouth. Meanwhile, some people have resources they can control in the area that is even more than the oil. But they closed their mouth and sat on it. Then some people noticed it and they come. Let me tell you those unconfirmed stories we have had. The part of the insecurity up north is people who noticed these things that government hid, that were under the ground and the government kept quiet about. And they are coming. There are stories, unconfirmed stories, like I keep saying, that you cannot, but When we're talking about it, then when certain things start happening, I say, this might be true, or, they know the truth. And like you said, because nobody has come to tell us what is actually causing insecurity in Nigeria. So allowing people like us to make up our stories. When you hear stories, you now start putting them together. Whether you are right or wrong becomes your opinion. And what I'm saying is my opinion from what I have put together. That part of the insecurity is the north is who controls. The government is not controlling and the states are not allowed to do resource control. So some people who are, you can't describe them as bad elements, they are just interested groups, are now doing it illegally. Doing this, and the human lives are involved, and because money is involved, they don't care whose ox is God. Some villages are set on fire, people will go. We have had stories where helicopters drop food and money in the midnight and take mineral resources away in the same country. Why do you have some people they describe as so many names, some call them unknown gunmen, some terrorists, some bandits, not every name they call them, controlling some part of Nigeria, taking taxes from people? You think it's the taxes they take from Nigerians who live in those areas that's enough for them to survive? What you have not asked yourself, what is making them choose those areas they want to colonize?
I do think this might be part of the reasons why the North is calling for a regional government.
If they're calling for regional government, I don't know the reason why. People have called for regional government was what their foundation, our founding fathers started with. Yes. And Nigeria made tremendous success over time.
Yes.
Some people came and destroyed the whole process.
Local or international.
If you ask them, they want to push blames to army people. The same army people are the people who removed their khaki and sat there with Abada. They've not changed anything. So who are they blaming? They are blaming themselves. Obasanjo was an army man. Buhari was an army man. Count to them. Most of them that are there and all their cronies and the people that were they were at the high level of army. Even when they remove clothes and they go back and so if they knew the army caused trouble and when they removed the khaki, it could not solve the Nigerian problem. It's still them blaming themselves. So they shouldn't talk to us what the army did. What they are saying is insincerity of Nigerians, and especially the leadership. They never wanted Nigeria so that they can make Nigeria. They just put knife at what hold Nigeria together. Cut them and the Nigeria fell apart. The fabric of Nigeria fell. Then it was easier for them to be milking Nigeria dry. Let me give you another example of what is happening. All these people that will tell you are Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, Efik, Igala, they go to Abuja and sit in one mass National Assembly together, speak in one corrupt and satanic language, share the money, 21 billion 1 month. They won't remember where they come from. When they leave that instant and come back, when they run into a little problem or want to go back to that place, they will start telling you a story of who is Hausa, who is Yoruba, who is Igbo. It's devilish. Nigerians should know nobody sets you against you good people of Nigeria. Whoever. My father can't set me against a fellow Nigeria because we know who our common enemies are. And that's what they do. Oh, I grew up in Nigeria, I travel around, I have friends all over Nigeria. Nigeria, good people. The politicians will only come and remind after they have destroyed everything, enriched themselves, send their children abroad, make them to be comfortable, buy houses, buy SUVs, expensive SUVs, make the fuel price 1,500. The next one said there's still possibility that the fuel price will increase. I saw it. Yeah. They were expecting my heart to jump. It was me that I sat here and said, if they don't make it 10,000 naira, shame on them. You sell a liter of fuel in Nigeria, 10,000. That's when we begin to talk. Until you do that, all you are doing is babadash. You better do it fast instead of every day you add 1 naira, because people are worried that you change fuel price 4 times in 1 month. It's messing up planning. So why not make it 10,000 naira? So we decide whether we want to be here or not.
You know the proverbial story about the frog. If you want to eat a frog.
I mean, if the one that will bring head. I mean, let Nigeria solve this problem once and for all.
All right.
Now, because it has to take that kind of bold move. Why hiding in adding it 1 naira, 2 naira? Make Nigeria a liter of fuel, 10,000. Quote me, that's one my recommendation. So that we leave fuel and talk about another thing. This thing has been destructive. You know how many months and years they have distracted us with this? It shows that they're using it to put Nigeria apart. Put the fuel price at 10,000 naira, stabilize there, so that before we even think about changing price of fuel, it will take us years. We know whether we stay as a nation or not.
Interesting.
Because
Right.
if you come back, like I said, it's not about following my recommendation. When you finish it, you wake up in the morning, look through your window from your high up in Aso Rock, all the government houses, all the where the National Assembly people are living, all the where the most expensive NNPCL people are living. You look through your windows and look at how many Nigerians in the street before you come down. Because if you look through the window, you do not see anybody, don't bother. Know that Nigeria has stopped. But something had to make it worse before it
Before it
gets
gets
better.
better.
All these small, make it worse to get better. Put it at 10,000 naira per liter. Quote me, tell them that's what my little economics has recommended I will do for Nigeria. This thing will not, because all these ideas, wake up every morning, price of fuel may go up again.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Let's focus our beam on the PDP internal battle rages. That is on Sunday Tribune says non-central leaders insist Damagum must go. And my question to you is, if eventually, because there's been so much clamors from different quarters, Damagum should go. If eventually he is removed, what implications or what consequences would it have on the hold, on Wike's hold, on PDP?
It's not about, I don't know, we're talking about PDP, you're talking about Wike. Which one you want us to talk about? Are you saying another name for PDP?
Is it collabo?
Are you
Is it
saying?
collabo?
Wike is like,
the
it's like,
Nollywood PDP is collabo. Well, it's
I want to collabo, right?
Now, what I said,
It's a thing.
let's look at PDP. Wherever we are talking about PDP, we'll get to the point. Even Wike comes to, we'll talk about it.
Okay, that's fine.
But we know that.
But I'm interested
PDP
to
is
know
talking
to
about,
know how it affects
removing
Wike.
Damagum.
Yes.
And they said
Not central.
Not
North Central said, so North Central have a political flag they are flying.
I guess so.
Politicians don't push anything for nothing. In PDP, I know that when you hold their position, then you cannot actually present the presidential candidate. Do you understand? You hold the chairman, then another zone present so that's how they zone.
Okay.
PDP is the party that zones. So when you see North Central flying that flag, probably the one, if Damagum is gone, they give the chairman to another person so that they can fly another flag. Because somebody will be wondering why from their home, the home of Damagum, they are not saying, you must go, you must go. Somebody who do not understand it will say, even his own people don't trust politicians. They are flying another flag for their own good. But I know whichever flag, yesterday I said, PDP has not, all this every day they wake up PDP, that's what the other parties want them to be doing. And they might do this for too long before they remember there's an election to contest for.
So you're
Then
saying
late.
you're saying all these things they've been putting out, our PDP having issues, squabbles, you think is a smoke screen?
It is.
To distract,
Beyond
this
opposition. Particular one. There is not. It's the opposition that actually making them. In Igbo land, there's something they call juju. When they can do juju for you, you are account to Senator TV, you won't know your way back home. So some people might have done juju to PDP and they get confused and be talking anything that they wouldn't get to have the PDP becomes Tower of Babel, where this one will come, instead of saying good morning, he say shut up. They will start fighting. We expect that by now, PDP should be consolidating. The idea of who present the PDP chairman shouldn't be a problem. The one on the ground, if he has the other group, it was a popular opinion that he should go, and from that zone they present another person. Then the zone that should present the presidency, by now they should be consolidating on this and see how they will use both the gun that has bullet and the one that doesn't have bullet to get
What
to
does that
reclaim.
mean? Both the gun that has bullet and the one
That's
that doesn't have bullet.
You do it like this, and then they collect bullet. They collect. They reclaim the PWD, the prisoners of war, from the opposition. But instead, they are pursuing the shadow and leave the substance. Before they realize that they've lost, they will be losing some more grounds, and that means it's going to take them years to even know that they are not anywhere. They just be hearing PDP, and you be smarter, you start hearing DP, smarter, you hearing only P. Smarter is like, ooh.
At what point does this begin to affect Wiki? Because I'm really interested to know.
Well, he is also a party man who has interest. How the party allows him play it, and how he get to suddenly they change the name of PDP.
And from what we are seeing, it's as if it's Wiki that is calling the shots.
To PDW. If they do leave PDP, it become PDW. People's Democratic Wiki. If they do it that way and it's good for them, you can't stop the PDP from changing their name. Because anything somebody say, just one thing about name. If I wake up today and say, call me phone, you see me phone. Because if you don't call me, you offended me. So if PDP leave the name, they know them. PDP, power to the P, and it's not PW, PDW. And they insist that's their name.
And so be it.
So, because you did not want to do collab with Wiki and PDP's discussion. Now, I now want to talk about Wiki. Stakeholders want Tinubu to rein in Wiki, supporters over Cross Rivers conflict. Now you have to talk about Wiki.
Is this because, okay, you bring him, I don't know how many areas he has set fire. Because he told us that if you talk about the River State, I will set fire in your own state. Did the Cross River then ask you that? Has he set fire there too? Because I'm not following, I'm not a fan of Wiki and all his exploits. All I know is that he's Honorable Minister of Nigeria Federal Capital Territory, FCT, and he is doing well on that assignment. Whatever political roles he plays, I might have my opinion about it, and that's not wonderful. What happens is that if all the Nigerians give him so much to do, and then give him so much impetus, and he is doing that, all well and good. But I know in my place that one tree doesn't make a forest. If it changes in the time of Wiki, then something is wrong. So, everybody need to watch it because everywhere, they mention PDP, they mention politics, they mention your name. I mean, we is like, then people will begin to know. There's this story of a king. Each time you call, hey, there's a lion, though, there's a lion in the community. People will come out.
The boy who cried wolf.
They say, King, where is the lion? He say, hey, there's no lion again. People will go back. So before they get to their house, they say, hey, there's a lion. People will come out. He did it for many times. The day lion came,
nobody came to his rescue.
He was shouting himself, course. Nobody listened. All this one is Cross River, Wiki, Edo State, Wiki, River State, Wiki, Ondo State, Wiki. Before Wiki will really require people to listen to it. It might be, he said, I forget, it's a usual story. And then the man will now be looking for who will listen to him, will not find it.
Well, I just wanted you to say something about Wiki by force.
Okay, you managed to drag me into...
You're a fan.
Yeah.
I know, so where I really want to
confirm.
go to. Yeah.
CSOs demand slot for protesters. That's a wonderful idea I never thought about. You are calling for youth to confirm. And some youths are in detention with It was 10 million.
10 million. Yeah.
Suddenly it's reduced to 5 million. And I call it ransom on their heads. But you are calling some of their mates to confer.
Yeah.
That is selective disposition of it's not going to work. If that the youth that you're really interested in, and they are the one that they have done hashtag bad governance, they did what they call it end SARS with their level of success. They did end bad governance, and they did the fearless October. And the youth are in the forefront. And you suddenly, your government think they need to do confer for them. But you still have some of them in prison and it's on gulag, wasting away with a big amount of money
hanging on their necks.
And you're going to organize confer for the same youth in Nigeria. And they say, bring some of the people who are members of this protest so that they will listen to them and they tell you even what their gross is. You cannot do selective, and then if those people you are going to call to confirm are not part of the people who are saying change bad governance, end SARS, fearless October, we are hardship in Nigeria, we are hungry, then whatever people you gathered in the name of youth may not be telling you the truth.
Their report might actually be lopsided or skewed.
Ekiti State joined 70K paying state.
Yes.
So,
congratulations.
I'm not sure they've joined though.
That's what
expresses readiness.
Expresses
readiness.
This is our country where we use
is
words
this a political
very
statement
cunningly.
or
they've not joined?
No, they've not joined.
But
expresses readiness.
Now, if you count as a last count, there may be about the fourth state.
Expressing readiness.
Expressing readiness. Some have, about 2 have actually paid. I think Kogi has joined and paid. There's another state that has. So, if you have 2 that maybe that have started paying or shown readiness to pay, and you have another 2 who are expressed readiness, we should clap for.
But should we?
No. The clapping, you have to wait for me to finish clapping and don't interrupt me.
I apologize, please.
You know what I'm saying? 70,000 naira
minimum wage.
And people are still and between that time and now, just imagine what any of these people have spent. I'm not saying Nigeria is a fraud. I don't understand how people survive here. I said, if Nigeria is not stealing from Nigerians, Nigerians are stealing from Nigeria. Something is really wrong. Because I don't understand how people have survived with what we are doing now in Nigeria. A bag of rice, as a last time I was told, is 135,000 naira. There are some that are 115, the local one.
Yes.
These are a mudu of gari or whatever, penta of gari, beans. Beans
is like 10,000
about 10,000 naira, a penta. And what they mean a penta is like 1 gallon of paint.
At 4 liters.
4 liters of paint. That's measurement for beans. I don't know for gari. Chicken may help us in the prices.
Gari is 3,000.
Because I heard in the grapevine that Signature TV will start a market trend in morning shows like this. People will begin to know. Because I'm still worried how this is. Look at a state government is still expressing
readiness.
They've not paid. But the federal government has gone ahead speaking through NNPCL and they fixed price and they said they are now allowing market. And today we say price of fuel might even go further. From selling 1,030 naira in Abuja, in Lagos.
NLC is crying wolf. That was not the agreement.
Their voices are being subdued. And as far as you know, anything you say, even the former governor of Rivers State, Rotimi Amechi, spoke and said, who has done this juju to Nigerians that are not even talking? He didn't say do anything. He said, at least complain.
Complain to who exactly?
No, complain to the government. If you don't want to know anything to complain to yourself. That the juju is so much that the people are just moping
Just
and they're not talking.
accepting and then moving
And
forward.
now,
And the people that went
now,
on the
the
protests are behind
presidency
bars.
have faced Amaechi and are tackling him that why should he make such things?
They've shot him up already, so.
So, can you imagine? 100 of poultry farms shut down due to fuel price. That tribute. 100 of poultry.
It's not just in agriculture. It's in across all business facets. Businesses are shutting down.
At least the one that newspapers
Is-
so that they won't be adding or removing. We are using. So if 100 poultry farms are shut down in Southwest, I mean, I don't know what town this is because they must have been have a data where they collected the information.
But then, see the one that I really want us to talk about. EFCC in the dock as lawyers seek reform of anti-graft body. Critics decry commission's excesses and lawlessness. I mean, we've heard cases of the EFCC. We've seen their cases. In fact, there's still one just around the corner about the very dark man. Was his name again? Bobrisky, and the whole 50 million naira whatever it is that is going on with them. And we're still Bello is still dragging them, which Taraba State's former governor is also in the loop. And then they are coming out to what? Decry commission's excesses and lawlessness. Please, your reaction to this.
My reaction to it is that what has happened, the bug that's happened to every facet of Nigerian system has eaten the accountability organizations like ICPC and EFCC. So you don't expect the difference. You have ICPC in a Nigeria of today. You have EFCC in a Nigeria of today because every country, people will decide what is good for them at any particular time. So when you have the accountability organizations like EFCC and all that, the eagle eyes, the kind of eyes they will be looking is the kind of eyes Nigeria allowed them to look. For this time, the pastors, the lawyers, the governors, the president, the senators, the Federal House of Reps, the governors, for Nigeria at this time is what Nigeria deserves. It's only Nigerians can change. So we are getting what we deserve. For whatever, that's why I say, who do Nigeria do juju, no go better for the person. Because how can it be said that a dog ate the bone that was hung on its neck? It's an error. Nkịta ada atọ ọkpụkpụ anyabali ya n'onu. But it's in Nigeria you find the EFCC, you carry bone put on their neck. And how they manage to eat it, I don't know. You can imagine that kind of dog. It's the one that my people call Ajon Keta GC Anyoko. That's the evil dog that use head to catch to
warm himself.
To warm the fire, the fire. Because you expecting that when you mention EFCC, everybody will sit up. I remember our days in the Road Safety Commission with Oluwagunloye as our director of operations and Wole Soyinka as our chairman. If you are a driver in Nigeria, you hear EFCC and you hear road safety, you first shit 5 times in your pants before you kick the vehicle. The same system diluted EFCC. You know when they did it? When they forced road safety to merge with Nigerian police, road safety never came out of that mess up to today. When the road safety started with a template that nobody who is below a Nigerian graduate will join road safety, Oluwagunloye will be on operation. Even most of the time, even Wole Soyinka, the most respected, will be on operation. There are some days and those days we call what they call touch. There's this they used to check a collizer. To check when you catch a driver. He say, "Did you drink? This way you are speeding like this, park." The man will swear heaven and earth is there. He has never. He say, "Open your mouth, breathe into this system. You will breathe." The thing will turn pink. He said, "What happened?" He said, "Oh God, now when they load vehicle, I say, make I see Mama Iyabuki at the back." So what did you do? I said, only one shot. He said, okay, stay. There's nothing they didn't do. They laid siege for road safety at Opanam when we were road safety. People from Aba, all those night drivers from Aba laid siege. And that was what stopped road safety from that initial day not to be doing night operation. When road safety was started with template to change Nigeria. That's why I say Nigerians get what they want. They don't want good things. So if you eat the bone that hung on your neck, ICPC, EFCC, look at the stories we are hearing. So when that happens, where is your next? Where you run
Where
next?
do you find solace?
To create another one, probably what do you call it? Create another organization.
EICPC.
All right.
Yeah, what call
You
it?
mix the two, you now
All right,
collab
Chris,
them.
before we let you go,
So,
let's
that's it.
deal a little bit on this issue of autonomy on the nation, autonomy, anxiety in states over local government allocation. It seems the battle is not over.
I said the governors.
The
You wonder, that's
governors,
what we're
the
saying as our
governors, the
problem.
governors.
What do they, why wouldn't they want autonomy of local government? What is so bad that they won't want the local government to be autonomous? They chop the state allocation, they will chop local government allocation. Will that be enough for you, governors? That will tell you how deadly Nigerians are. And they will sit back in they call it back in their comfort zone and looking for who to criticize. Nigerians should know where their problems are. One step forward, they will take 100 steps to destroy Dabaru it. Look at. Allow this experiment of local government system to
play
come.
out.
They won't. There is nothing they've not done. They will send one of them to say that now they will go and bribe your House of Assembly to pass law that when you get the money in the ABC local government, you carry it go on, your state government go pay before you begin to spend it. And they ask, I use that proverb, yes. Somebody said, come to Abuja, that I will dash you apple, fufu, for free. And they will check all the risk of traveling to go and catch apple free. Why not take the little money you have, go to your village market, buy apple and chop? It is an error. I go use the little money, I buy it from my village market, chop. Carry the one you will dash me in Abuja. Why not allow the local government to get the allocation and spend it and account for it? Why do you want the local government to see the grassroots development through your eyes? And you speak. And when they start dying and things happen, they won't know what they're talking about. You want the dividend of democracy. You swear them in. The news will carry it. The social governor has told the local government we're swearing them in that they should bring the dividend of democracy to the grassroots, that they will do anything. You turn around and say they should bring the money that the Abuja will allocate to 774 local government. They will start sharing it with the state governors. Hey.
It's
the
State governors.
It's perfect.
Hey. Hey. God help.
But then it's the only state governors, because it seems
They
as if they want to connive with the National Assembly structure.
The National Assembly has nothing to do with this. Their state assemblies are the ones they want to write it.
Rather, their state assemblies, yes.
Now, what we are pleading with National Assembly, if there's nothing they can do for Nigerians, they should quickly do a constitutional review that will stop no state House of Assembly from passing such laws. Let everybody get their own allocation and account for it. With that empowerment, we will know who to hold accountable. Because when you walk in from here now, people will begin to know their local government. The part of the problem in Nigeria that all these 200 million Nigerians don't know where their local government are. They don't know who. They don't know their ward. They don't know who is representing at the ward. So when they now tell them, go back to your local government got 800 million this month. Go ask your local government chairman what he's doing with it. The person will say, and I'm in Abuja here suffering. It means 800 million
Yeah,
has
it's in
gone
my
to my
local
small local
government.
government. The person will enter the next available vehicle and go back to the village.
And then starts
And
demanding
walk
to
in
be
there.
part of the
If you
politics.
walk into the local government, they will probably be surprised. Say, what have you gone to do? I'm from this local government. Say, what's your name? What's your village? Say, and so what? How much did we receive? Get away! Who asked you to come here? They will harass him. Another person come. And by the time the third person come, the person at the gate will go and tell Oga, something is happening. People are coming here asking how much did we receive from? What do we do? They will now sit up and know what to start telling the people. Nigerian politicians don't even think about lies to tell the people. So they're not working. If Nigerian people will make them to think about lies, they will tell us. That's why the first level of work. They wake up in the morning after much bout of whiskey last night. They wake up drunk with a what they call it, what they call it,
Hangover.
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 You know.
I'm not a
Thank you,
politician.
that- Thank God that you did not ask
With
me
the
this.
hangover, they will face the press and tell Nigeria anything.
Anything.
Snake swallow 30 million. Well, Chris, because of time, this is where we have to let you go. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
for
much,
Thank
Chris.
you.
Always a
insight.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Always a
Thank
Love
you.
to
pleasure.
have
Thank
this
you.
conversation with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Don't forget to go to all of our social media platforms. You can go like, you can go subscribe, you can comment as well. We want to hear your comments on these conversations that we're having as well. We want to hear what you have to say. So this is all we're going to be doing for the newspaper headlines and review. When we come back, we have much more for you. Do stay tuned.